Now, as usual, I'd like to say this build is just what works for us. We're currently 100-0 on Pro Clubs and going for the 200-0 every single live stream, every night. So let's look at what our cam uses. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. Link at the top of the description. Download their football app now for free to follow the beautiful game. Updates on the coronavirus and when the seasons might resume. Go straight to OneFootball. So I'm not a cam. Shocking, I know. But Rodinho is. So let's hear from the generational talent himself on what build, traits, tips, and just overall setup he's got going for you all to copy.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Just show the people your build. Just show them the build.
So guys, basically, you know, as you know... Boy, can you shut up? So, we're 100 now with me at cam, boys, yeah? With me at cam. A professional cam, some people might say. You might be thinking, oh, this guy sucks at cam. Like, why is he giving a cam build? Listen here, chumps, yeah? I played some games in centre-back. I played some game in CDM. Right back as well sometimes. And, you know, I don't really play serious. But when I do, I get 100 no.
You'll never
That's what
sing
happens when
that.
I play cam serious. So obviously from a build you can see that I play striker in cam, and the reason for that is, you know, the cam stats are messed up and there's seriously no reason for you to play cam in cam. I'd always suggest going striker in cam.
You can go left mid as well. A lot of people do left mid, but from what we like and have seen, striker seems to be better, right?
Yeah, for sure. I just think with the problem with the left mid build is I'll quickly actually show it, right? The finishing it's 74, whereas in a striker it's 94, and I just feel like if you need that clutch goal, you need to have that finish. But the height and weight is, I know what people are going to be saying, oh, it's just sweaty, it's just whatever it like, you know, oh, you can only do this if you're this build or whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't really care because I want the best build for me, and this is what works for me. Let's go into the traits, into the player growth. I care about stamina, so I put the second win trait on because, as everyone knows these days, you get some extra. How much is it?
I think it's 25%, 75 minutes in, maybe 20%. So it's a lot of stamina.
So,
it's worth getting.
So it's definitely worth getting. Obviously, defending don't need anything, and dribbling. This is the thing. Your playstyle can completely determine what traits you use. But for me, I've always been a dribbler. I've always liked to do skills, and no matter where I am on the pitch, I always like to do skills. Obviously, the flair trait. The reason why I put the flair trait on is because of, especially when you're in tight situations and stuff. When you need it to do a back heel to keep possession of the ball or something, then that's what the flair trait's for. I don't really do any like fancy stuff with it. It's genuinely just in case I'm in tight spaces and I need to do a back heel or something, because obviously without it you can't actually do any back heels or anything. So yeah, so the majority of my skill points are used in dribbling, but this is just what works for me. It might not work for you, but that's, you know, just what works for me. Anyway, we go on to passing, and I don't really have that many in passing, but I feel like you don't really need it. I know it sounds a bit stupid, but you really don't need much in passing.
I think when people see the way we play in the clips at the end of this video, we don't really play needing to do long passing or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, obviously there's a tips video on how to play and stuff. So if, you know, go give that a watch, am I right, gamers? But yeah, so I've just got 4 in this. I wanted a bit of extra curve because, you know, why not? It doesn't help. It helps when, you know, you're trying to like spread a ball down the channel. 3 in shooting, because the thing is with cams, right, even though your main aim is not to score goals, you know, if it's a clutch game and your striker's behind you or whatever and you make a really good run and, you know, you need to finish it, that's why I have that. Obviously 5-star weak foot as well, because I want to be able to pass easy with both feet and obviously shoot with both feet as well. So I think 5-star weak footed cam is more important than the pace, because I'm already quick. I don't really need these extra ones. I feel like, you know, that's 14 skill points that are kind of unnecessary, because I've got 94 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, and sometimes I don't even run in on goal anyway, so... Do you know what I mean? What's the point? I just want to say thank you for the opportunity for me to show my build to all the great people.
So that is a look at Rodinho's overall build and setup. Let's get into looking at some clips from us playing on our journey to 100-0. I think this was our 5th Division 1 title win in a row, these runner games you're about to see. So we'll see how he plays. Let's get into looking at some clips. So being a good cam comes down really to positioning. I mean, you want to be in the middle of your 2 strikers. We do play that 4-1-2-1-2 or the 5-2-1-2, so the formation for us 3 up front is the same every time. And that there does not result in a goal. But you can see what Rodinho highlighted in purple's intentions are from the start. It's to hold up possession and find the 2 strikers as many times and in as best positions as possible. Just watching these clips pretty briefly, you can get an idea of how we like to play. Rodinho in the cam slot is always going to try and occupy space, trying to find space behind us 2. And our job is to run at the defence and pull them away and give him as many options and as much time as possible to find the right pass. You've got to come looking for the ball when you play in cam, and he is trying to do that there. You can see his pro decides to jump over the ball, but obviously continuing with the attack, stays in the right position, finds the pass, gets hit pretty high press from their team, but obviously we end up getting a goal from it. And just looking at his position is so important during most of these attacks. This is Div 1, this is like as high level as Clubs gets in terms of not going into 11-man competitions. And if you can get some tips from watching Rodinho here and bring them into your games, whether you're in Div 5, Div 1, Div 8, it's going to help you. You can see there he occupies more of a wide position. You do have to really come and look for the ball when you're the cam. I like when I'm playing with Rodinho, when I'm playing with a cam, I want that guy to always be getting the assists. You can see from now he's getting in the right positions to just find me and give me easy tap-ins. Like, the job of the cam really is to try and make the striker's job, is to try and make the striker's life as easy as possible. Again, just sitting on the edge of the box. He's not darting into the middle to try and score a goal. He's sitting there, and can he shoot? Nope. Find the striker, and we get an easy goal. So many cams that I see play, or midfielders, try to shoot too much, and I just don't see the point. You want to be getting as many assists as possible in cam. Obviously, you do need to shoot. There's always opportunities to score, and some of these clips you're seeing now are him scoring in the build. Obviously, setting himself up as a striker like we spoke about at the beginning of the video. Your passing takes a little bit of a hit, but your finishing is just top notch, and if you can smash that front post most times, you're going to get a goal on FIFA 20 Clubs. Positioning, though, is always so important. It's like a little triangle. He's always right behind, always in the space. And again, a lovely little ball roll to just go around the CPU goalkeeper and show you guys how good the finishing is, of course, in this build. I really recommend trying this build and trying to implement some of the tips and some of the stuff that we've given you from this video, because it will make a big difference. So many cams always looking for big L1 triangles that we don't really look for. Always looking to score, shoot from long distance. We don't look for that. Trying to always be in the right space, and if you do find yourself out wide, just stay impatient with it. Opportunities come up, and that right there is more of a gameplay tip for you guys. Obviously, if you've seen the video that we made on Pro Clubs tips, from formations to how to play tactics to custom ways to play to beat teams, if you haven't seen that, check the link in the description or in the top right hand corner right now. It's on the channel. Go and watch it. So playing in cam is going to require you to have decent strikers, decent players around you. Like any position on Pro Clubs, you can't really play well unless everyone around you is on the same wavelength. If you want your strikers, and you're watching this video right now, to improve, maybe send them this way. The link on screen to our striker build video, it's a good one. A lot of people have used it and said that it's massively improved their striker experience. Cam, though, breaking it down simply, is about trying to feed your strikers the ball, trying to conserve energy, play nice passes, and really ball retention massively, of course, important. I recommend playing, as does Rodinho, the striker build setup, as you're going to have better shooting, and the passing really isn't even that bad. I'm pretty sure his stats are all in like the mid to high 80s for passing, without even having any of the passing traits equipped. Remember, guys, if you're not really a skiller, if you're not interested in the flair trait, you can use traits in passing to improve the passing, even get that passing speciality trait instead of flair, then no one's going to blame you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Rodinho. His channel is also linked. Some of the most groundbreaking FIFA content to ever exist there. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys with another live stream very soon, going for 200-0.